Welcome to the show, folks. We've got a wild one for you today. We're diving deep into the world of technology, the kind of stuff that's straight out of science fiction, but it's becoming reality. You ever wonder about the limits of human potential, man? What if you could push those limits with technology, like really push them? That's where Montel Alexander Bowman comes in. This guy, he's on another level. We're talking about a $1 quadrillion compensation, the kind of money that makes your head spin. And it's all because of 50 laws. 50 laws that Montel says justify this insane amount of money. Today we're breaking down those laws, and trust me, you're not ready for this. We're kicking off with the right to repair, man. This law is all about owning your tech, inside and out. If it's in your body, you should be able to tweak it, fix it, hack it, whatever. Forget prejudice based on skin color, we're talking genes now, man. Law 2 says no one can discriminate against you for your DNA. You're an individual, flaws and all. This one's named after Montel himself, and it's where things get really interesting. This law guarantees access to body-enhancing technology for everyone, not just the elites. Chapter 4, Law 4, the Sentience Clause. Okay, buckle up. This law tackles the big question: what happens when technology makes us more than human? What if our implants become self-aware? Chapter 5, Law 5, the Data Ownership Act. We're living in the age of information, and this law is all about who owns your data. Not the government, not corporations, but you. Your body, your data. Chapter 6, Law 6, the Digital Inheritance Act. What happens to your digital self after you die? This law lays the groundwork for passing on your digital assets and even your consciousness. Whoa! Chapter 7, Law 7, the Augmented Reality Regulation Act. Ever heard of augmented reality? It's about to get real. This law sets the rules for how we interact with AR, making sure it doesn't turn into a dystopian nightmare. Chapter 8, Law 8, the Neuromarketing Ban. They're already targeting your brain with ads, man. This law puts a stop to companies hacking your neural pathways to sell you crap. Chapter 9, Law 9, the Genetic Modification Oversight Act. Designer babies? Yeah, it's already happening. This law establishes strict ethical guidelines for messing with the human germline. We're talking about the future of humanity here. Chapter 10, Law 10, the AI Rights Declaration. If AI becomes sentient, do they deserve rights? This law tackles the big philosophical questions about artificial consciousness and its place in society. Chapter 11, Law 11, the Cybernetic Organ Regulation. Need a new heart? How about a cybernetic one? This law ensures the safety and ethical sourcing of artificial organs. No black market robot hearts here. Chapter 12, Law 12, the Neural Network Security Act, hacking into someone's brain. This law establishes serious penalties for messing with people's neural implants. It's like digital assault, man. Chapter 13, Law 13, the Virtual Reality Addiction Prevention Act. VR is awesome, but what happens when you can't log off? This law aims to prevent and treat VR addiction before it turns into a real-life problem. Chapter 14, Law 14, the Biometric Data Protection Act. Your fingerprints, your face, your irises, they're all unique. This law protects your biometric data from being used against you. Chapter 15, Law 15, the Human Enhancement Equality Act. What happens when some people are augmented and others aren't? This law fights for equal opportunities and prevents a two-tiered society based on enhancements. Chapter 16, Growing Babies Outside the Womb. It's not science fiction anymore. This law ensures the ethical development and use of artificial wombs. Chapter 17, Want to boost your brain power? This law regulates the use of cognitive enhancers, making sure they're safe and don't create an unfair advantage. Chapter 18, In a world of digital identities, this law protects you from theft and fraud. It's like having a digital bodyguard for your online self. Killer robots? No thanks. This law bans the development and use of autonomous weapon systems. We've seen enough Terminator movies. Your genetic information is the blueprint of you. This law keeps it private and out of the hands of insurance companies and employers. We're talking cyborgs, folks. This law sets the legal framework for humans merging with machines. It's about to get really weird. Law 22, the Space Colonization Treaty. We're not just talking about Earth anymore. This treaty establishes the rules for humans colonizing space, from resource allocation to planetary protection. Law 23, the Artificial Lifeform Rights Declaration. What if we create artificial life forms? This law explores the rights and responsibilities we have towards our creations. Law 24, the Nanotech Regulation Act. Nanotechnology is manipulating matter at the atomic level. This law ensures it's used for good and not for creating gray goo scenarios. Law 25, the Transhumanist Bill of Rights. This bill outlines the fundamental rights of transhumans, recognizing their evolving nature and potential beyond the limitations of current human biology. Law 26, the Digital Consciousness Recognition Act. What happens when AI becomes self-aware? This law acknowledges the existence and rights of digital consciousness. Law 27, the Genetic Engineering Ethics Board Act. This law establishes an independent board to oversee all genetic engineering practices, ensuring ethical considerations are paramount. Law 28, the Mind Uploading Regulation Act. Uploading your mind to the cloud? This law sets the rules for this mind-bending technology, addressing issues like identity and continuity of consciousness. Chapter 29, Law 29, the Virtual Reality Crime Prevention Act. Crimes in virtual reality can have real-world consequences. This law defines and establishes punishments for virtual crimes. Chapter 30. Law 30, the Augmented Reality Advertising Regulation Act. AR ads are about to get real invasive. This law prevents companies from bombarding you with holographic spam everywhere you look. Chapter 31. Law 31, the Biohacking Safety Act. DIY biohacking can be risky business. This law promotes safety protocols and responsible experimentation for citizen scientists. Chapter 32, Law 32, the Artificial Intelligence Transparency Act. We need to know how AI makes decisions, especially when those decisions affect our lives. This law mandates transparency in AI algorithms. Chapter 33. Law 33, the Robotic Workforce Integration Act. Robots are taking our jobs. This law addresses the economic and social implications of a robotic workforce, ensuring a fair transition for human workers. Law 34, the Space Debris Mitigation Treaty. Space junk is a real problem. This treaty encourages international cooperation to clean up the mess we've made in orbit. Law 35, the Planetary Protection Protocol. Let's not contaminate other planets with Earth microbes. This protocol outlines strict measures to prevent biological contamination during space exploration. Law 36, the Genetic Modification Food Labeling Act. You deserve to know what's in your food. This law mandates clear labeling of genetically modified organisms, or GMOs, in food products. Law 37, the Cyber Warfare Geneva Convention. Cyber warfare is the new battlefield. This convention establishes rules of engagement and protects civilians in the digital age. Law 38, the Artificial Intelligence Ethics Council Act. This act establishes a global council to address the ethical implications of artificial intelligence, ensuring AI benefits all of humanity. Law 39, the Universal Basic Income Act. With robots taking our jobs, this law provides a safety net for everyone, ensuring a basic standard of living in a post-work world. Law 40, the Genetic Heritage Preservation Act. This act protects the genetic diversity of humanity, recognizing the importance of biodiversity for our future. Law 41, the Extraterrestrial Contact Protocol. What happens when we encounter intelligent alien life? This protocol guides our first contact, emphasizing peaceful and respectful interaction. Law 42, the Artificial Superintelligence Control Act. This act establishes safety measures and control mechanisms for the development of artificial superintelligence, ensuring it doesn't pose a threat to humanity. Law 43, the Space Resource Utilization Treaty. Who owns the resources of space? This treaty establishes a framework for the fair and sustainable use of celestial bodies. Law 44, the Digital Right to be Forgotten Act. This act gives individuals the right to have their data erased from the internet, offering a clean slate in the digital world. Law 45, the Human Cloning Ban. No armies of clones. This law prohibits the creation of genetically identical human beings, preserving the uniqueness of each individual. Law 46, the Brain-Computer Interface Safety Act. This act establishes safety standards for brain-computer interfaces, protecting users from potential mental and physical harm. Law 47, the Virtual Reality Child Protection Act. This act protects children from harmful content and interactions in virtual reality environments, ensuring their safety and well-being. Law 48, the Genetic Data Non-Discrimination Act. This act prohibits discrimination based on genetic information in areas like employment, insurance, and healthcare. Law 49, the Artificial Intelligence Accountability Act. This act holds developers and users of AI accountable for the actions of their creations, ensuring ethical and responsible development and deployment. Law 50, the Future of Humanity Act. This act establishes a global framework for navigating the challenges and opportunities of emerging technologies, ensuring a positive and sustainable future for all. That's it, folks. 50 laws that could reshape humanity as we know it. Montel Bowman, whether you think he's a visionary or a mad scientist, he's got us all talking about the future. And let me tell you, the future is closer than we think. These technologies, they're not just some distant dream anymore. They're here, they're developing faster than ever, and they're gonna change everything. So what do you think? Are we ready for this? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more intriguing content.